How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Football Manager 2019, the European Dream with Wolverhampton Wanderers. We're currently at the start of the 2022-23 season, and today we've got a couple of games to sink our teeth into. As I said in the last episode, we're going to be having our first little bash at the Carabao Cup, and then also a league game up against Arsenal. But let's jump into the roundup, but before we do that, make sure you go and check out our channel sponsors over at OneFootball. You know the drill by now, guys. Fantastic football app that you should definitely go and check out if you haven't already. A link to them is in the top of the description down below to check out your live football scores, your live football news, all the transfer gossip as well, and all the football, well, everything football on there at OneFootball. Free to download on Android and iOS, and down in the description down below. So, as you know, if you watched the last episode, we actually had a defeat on our first game of the season, but we bounced back fantastically with a huge 4-1 victory over Swansea City. Timo Werner grabbing a hat-trick on his home debut at Molineux, alongside a goal from Divock Origi, and they all cancelled out an early Gonzalo Higuain goal for Swansea. Of course, Martino, he came on for the last 13 minutes or so. They had Chucho on the bench. But yeah, our strength was way too much for Swansea. However, we then fell to a defeat at Molineux, losing out to West Brom 3-2. We actually went 1-0 up. Xavi Ontiveros scoring an early goal. Lanzini then cancelled that out and then gave West Brom a second goal as well. Aguero then equalised, but Sam Field grabbed a third for West Brom and gave them a huge Black Country Derby victory, and a huge disappointment for us. And again, another defeat. So 3 defeats in our first 4 games in the league. We lost out to Manchester United 2-1. Pogba and Martial got them running. Neves did grab one back for us, a beautiful volley, but Manchester United dominated with the amount of attempts they had. Possession was pretty equal, but they took their chances at the end of the day and got massive 3 points. After that defeat, I thought, you know what, let's change the tactic up a little bit. And as you can see, we changed to such an attacking tactic, a flat back 3, 2 wingers, 2 attacking wingers, 2 central midfielders, and a striker. And it sort of worked. We dominated the game against Cardiff, but we didn't actually score. So we drew 0-0, a goalless draw. But you can see their goalkeeper he got man of the match with just a 7.2. So it shows how boring the actual game was. I thought, you know what, we'll stick with that tactic, and it actually did give us 3 points. Away from home at Watford, we won 3-2. We were actually 3-0 up. Timo Werner with another 2 goals. Kaleta Kara as well, who's been knocking on the door for a couple of goals, believe it or not, at the start of this season. He scored, and then Trincao did make it a little bit worrying towards the end of the game, scoring on the 78th and 86th minute, but it wasn't enough to stop us from finally grabbing another 3 points. However, the 3 at the back formation and experiment utterly failed in our most recent game after we got absolutely smashed by Spurs. 5-1, and our 1 came right at the end of the game as a consolation goal. A brace from Jadon Sancho, Harry Kane, Christian Eriksen and Donny van der Beek gave us a humiliating defeat, but they were just clinical. Look at the stats. I mean, Timo Werner having a shocker of 5.9, Carlos Alenia with a 6. Just didn't get going, and the start of the season has been very poor, hasn't it? As you can see there, just the 2 wins, 1 draw, the rest are defeats. As it stands in the league, sat in 14th. We need to start off a little bit better, don't we? But yeah, Timo Werner with 5 goals in his first 7 games in the league. And today we play against West Ham in the Carabao Cup, who have started off the season fantastically well. Just 1 defeat at the hands of Everton. They've already beaten Liverpool and Arsenal this season. Huge game. And then we'll play up against Arsenal. Arsenal have had a shocking start to the season. And as you can see, Newcastle, 7 games, 7 defeats for them. Not a good season for them and Simone Inzaghi, who's in charge at the moment. Let's jump into this game, though, against West Ham United, and let's see how we can get on. So here we are with the teams for the game, and both sides starting with a 4-4-2. West Ham United starting Kasper Dolberg and Danny Ings up front. Haksabanovic with Chalobah and João Mario with Yarmolenko in the midfield, with Cresswell, Issa Diop, Reece Oxford and Romero with Hodges in goal. It's a rotated team for us as well, as we bid to give some good players some first team football. So Divock Origi will start up front with Sergio Aguero. Ruben Vinagre comes in for his first start of the season at the left midfield with Adama Traore on the right. Morgie Gibbs White partners Andre Gomez in the middle. Guilherme Arana at left back and Max Aarons at right back. Nugent Utara will sit in the middle of the defence with Badia Shield and Rui Patricio in goal. Interesting game, this one. At home, we're reverting back to the 4-4-2 that we are so familiar with. So we've got to really take advantage of that. But West Ham United have started off the season fantastically. So it's going to be definitely a tough game for us. João Mario with the ball in. It flicked on there by West Ham. And 22 minutes in, it's the first chance of the game. And it falls to the Hammers away from home. But as you can see by the match stats so far, we've had a little bit more joy in front of goal. We've just got to be a little bit more clinical. So half-time, quite a boring start to this game. But both sides equaling each other out at the moment, assertively. Let's give the fans something to cheer. We haven't been good enough this season. As you can see, sort of the sharpness of the players just isn't quite there. And I think maybe a more demanding pre-season would have been better. Especially after the Cardiff game, you know, when we played with the three at the back. We created chances, we just didn't seem to score. So what I did was set the training like all to attack, and it seemed to work really well against Watford. But a ball in there by West Ham, and Patricio makes a stop. Just got to try and use this, maybe to get a bit of momentum for the season. Cresswell, Aguero beats him in the air and lays it off for Divock Origi. Big chance for him, and he tries to dink Young Hodges in goal. Aguero did really well to beat Aaron Cresswell there, and unfortunately it wasn't to be. Yarmolenko now on the ball into João Mario, and Nathaniel Chalobah across to Haksabanovic. West Ham on the ball and looking the most likely to score at the moment, to be honest. They seem to, they're looking okay at the moment. I say most likely. Both sides have had one chance each. And what a save that was by Patricio. Knocks it onto the post after a fantastic effort from Nathaniel Chalobah. So Martin Atkinson is heading to the VAR stand again, but I think there was another foul right on the edge of the area. We seem to have this every single episode. It was Max Aarons who is penalised for it. He's had an okay start to his career at Wolves. And the referee is going to check. Surely a free kick, and it is. There we go. VAR free kick as per usual. West Ham are going to have a chance maybe on the edge of the area here, right on the edge. And it's Nicholson Machin, who is a young new gen. He's got an option short there. He'll go for goal himself, but he wasn't far away to over the bar. And another chance for us here to just regroup and try and get ourselves into this game. 10 minutes to go. Looks like Timo Werner may come on shortly as well for us. Got a few added minutes here, and it looks like it's going to go to extra time. I believe it goes to extra time. Or is it straight to penalties in this tournament? I'm not too sure. But West Ham United, it is straight to penalties. Oh, right, we kept Aguero on. We've got Ontiveros on. We've got some great penalty takers here. Andre Gomez and Alana. Now, we got 4 of our 5 there with at least 14 penalties. I mean, Aguero is the man to take penalties, isn't he? We're going to go to a penalty shootout here against West Ham United. It's going to be Kasper Dolberg versus Rui Patricio, who's quite notorious for saving penalties in this series for us. It's Dolberg versus Patricio, and Dolberg takes a fantastic penalty right in the corner. It's going to be Aguero for us. Sergio Aguero! Oh, what a pen. Keeper went the right way and came very close. I'd be very disappointed if Sergio Aguero missed a penalty. It's going to be Romero versus Rui Patricio. Romero strikes and it's saved by Patricio. Gets a hand to it. And we have got advantage. If Xavi Ontiveros, who actually missed his last penalty on the last game of last season, can he score this one? Ontiveros, he can indeed. Opposite corner to Aguero, but fantastic accuracy. It's going to be Aaron Cresswell, the fullback now. He's got to score this to keep West Ham in the shootout. It's Cresswell versus Patricio, and he does bullet right into that corner. Same as Xavi Ontiveros. It's Timo Werner now. He's been the hitman so far this season. Can he come up with the goods again? In this shootout, he can indeed. Lovely penalty. Possibly the best of the lot so far. And we're 3-2 up here. And we've got the advantage. It's Portuguese midfielder João Mario versus Portuguese number 1 Patricio. And he tucks it past Patricio. Pressure is slowly building. And now it's another Portuguese midfielder in the shape of Andre Gomez. Gomez to strike. And Gomez to score. So West Ham have to score this penalty to stay in the game. If they miss, we have won. And who is going to be taking it for them? It's going to be Patricio versus Haksabanovic. The person who's got the longest name and probably the one that's most difficult for me to pronounce. It's Wolves versus West Ham, and it comes down possibly to this penalty. It's the left winger versus Rui Patricio to keep West Ham in the Carabao Cup. Or is Patricio going to save it? And he keeps it West Ham's hopes alive and tucks it in, and now we're on to the dodgy penalty takers. And it's going to be a runner for Wolves to win the shootout. You guys saw when I was picking the players, he was the worst. I think he had 11 penalty taking, to be fair to him. The composure wasn't quite there, but can the left back come up with the goods? Oh, he can't. It's straight down the middle and it's saved. The West Ham are still in it. It's going to be Reece Oxford versus Patricio. Come on, Patricio. Do it for us. Yes, it's saved again. Now who's going to be up for us? I didn't pick a number 6, did I? Reece Oxford misses the penalty for West Ham United. And it's going to be Morgan Gibbs-White. He's got a little bit of flair about him, hasn't he? Can he just come up with the goods now? Local lad from Stafford. Can he come up with the goods? It's his first, possibly, big contribution to this team this season. It's Morgan Gibbs-White. And he scores. And we're in to round 3. That's exactly what we needed. A goalless and a boring game, to be fair. But Sergio Aguero, Xavi Ontiveros, Timo Werner, Andre Gomez and Morgan Gibbs-White score the penalties to send us into the next round of the Carabao Cup. So here we are with the third round draw for the Carabao Cup. Who are we going to come up against? I mean, I'm clicking through it. I should probably draw all teams. West Brom get Ipswich. I'd love a lower league team. Someone different to who we normally play. And we get Reading. There we go. Reading away from home. Good draw for us there. Some Premier League, all Premier League ties, as you can see. But mainly it's Championship sides versus Premier League sides. So it's going to be interesting to see how we get on. Reading haven't started off in their Championship campaign too well. But that's a good tie for us. So then here we are for today's game up against Arsenal at Molineux, hoping for another victory and one in the league, which will really, really help us get off this poor run of form. As you can see, Arsenal sticking with a 4-2-3-1 with Doku up front. Their attacking midfield three of Herving, Lozano, Auer and Suso. Ezequiel Palacios sits in the middle with Guendouzi. The back four of Kieran Tierney, Ayer, Stones and Bellerin with Jordan Pickford in goal. It's a completely different sort of Arsenal team that you expect to see. We're sticking with the 4-4-2 with Origi and Werner up top today. Vargas and Traore as our wingers with Ruben Neves and Alenya in the middle. With Arana, Mitrovic, Kaletikar and Max Aarons in defence with Rui Patricio in goal again. And here we go at Molineux Stadium for a huge game of football in a game which would be fantastic to get 3 points in. Arsenal haven't started off well for their standards especially, so we can really hope to maybe pull off an upset here. It's going to be Suso on the edge of the area for Arsenal, and he was not far away. He hit the top of the bar. Free kick about 9 minutes in. Arsenal coming closer. Here's Jordan Pickford hoofing the ball up for Arsenal. Kaletikar headed it forward towards Alenya. And Neves can pick it up and now find not Alexander Mitrovic into Neves. Origi now on the ball. Into Alenya again. Into Neves. Those two combining well. And Origi now will find a bit of space on the left. And he'll find Mateus Vargas. Looped in ball. Adama! Terrific play from Adama Traore. Who laid it back for Timo Werner. And is he going to give a goal? I mean, everyone seems to be getting back in their places here. But I think it's going to be a goal, surely. I mean, if people getting back in their places, I mean, they are, surely. Come on, ref, give the goal. Goal, yeah. Fantastic goal. 6th of the season for Timo Werner. Divock Origi lays it off for Mateus Vargas. What a ball this was. But look at the intelligence of Adama Traore and the skill just to knock it back there for Timo Werner, who he knew was in a better position, and smashes it home to make it 1-0 Wolves. It's going to be Suso with the corner in. And Patricio comes and collects it. Good goalkeeping. And then we got options left and right here for Patricio. What's he going to go with? And he throws it all the way out to Guilherme Arana, who, despite his missed penalty last game, did get man of the match. There was loads of room there for Origi. Vargas will find Origi eventually, and now lays it off for Timo Werner, who could have returned the favour to Adama Traore, who had acres of room, but Werner went alone, and he was not far away from doubling our lead. Pickford here with the goal kick. Hoofs it forward, and Max Aarons can bring it down. Into Alenya, into Neves. Neves now will whip one across to Vargas again. Mateus Vargas running at goal. Switches it beautifully to Adama Traore. Ball back in towards Origi. Out to Neves! Oh, and he hit it sweet on the volley. That would have been a beauty from Ruben Neves. Just a couple of minutes to go to half-time. And as it stands, we're in a comfortable position and looking good so far. But it could all change here. Palacios for Arsenal. Lays it off of Guendouzi. Arsenal picking up a little bit of momentum here into Hector Bellerin on the right-hand side. Whips it across dangerously to Lozano. Kieran Tierney into Hervin Lozano again. Into Guendouzi on the edge of the area. Finds Aouar. And Bellerin opens up for himself. Hector Bellerin back across to Lozano. And it's 1-1. You could just tell Arsenal were brewing something up there. And Hervin Lozano grabs his second of the season. And a great ball in from Hector Bellerin to make it all happen. Guendouzi was there. Aouar was there. And Bellerin just didn't give up. Created himself the room and space and lays it off, and he goes through everyone and finds Hervin Lozano, the Mexican, to tap it home. So it's half time and it is 1-1. So far so good. Plenty of chances for both teams, and we've had a couple of great chances ourselves. So assertively I'm going to tell them I'm happy so far because we can definitely add to what we've done, and I'm really hoping that we can go one step further and potentially get all 3 points. Neves on the free kick. Oh, it's hit the post and Coletta Carr was just switched off. Coletta Carr again, he was in the right place at the right time. But how close was Ruben Neves there to giving us a lead? He might get another opportunity. He goes for goal again. Exactly the same. What on earth? The free kick hits the same post, and this time it bounces out to Coletta Carr again, who makes no error whatsoever. It bounced out to him on the last free kick, and he just stood there. But this is much better. And Coletta Carr, I tell you, he's just been in and around the right areas. And I could see him knocking 3 or 4 goals past teams doing that. And we're winning 2-1 now. Max Aaron's back to Carlos Alenya. Alenya into Adama Traore. Into Neves. Oh, and he wasn't far away, Neves. Tried his luck from range again. Not long to go. But here's Vinicius Jr. who's come on finally. Looking forward to seeing him after his early injury this season. Max Aarons needs a drill ball in. He'll find Timo Werner. It was an easy chance really that for Werner, and he heads it onto the post. Should have probably done a little bit better there, the German, but here's Neves with the corner in. Can we get another chance? Cleared by Aya, only as far as Vinicius Jr. And all the way back to Coletta Carr again. And we're looking dangerous, aren't we? Much better today. Only 4 shots on target, but just looking really dangerous as we come forward. And great to see the attacking options that we've got. We've been allowed to bring off Ontiveros and Vinicius Jr. and Diogo Jota all off the bench. And there was Ontiveros with a clearance. And Timo Werner will chase the French attacking midfielder Aouar down. And he'll lay it all the way off here for Jordan Pickford. As Arsenal are pushing now for that equaliser. Just a few minutes to go. Pickford punts it forward towards Lacazette. Mitrovic won the header. And it's now fallen to Diogo Jota, who's just come off the bench. One of his first appearances for a while since his injury. Here's Vinicius Jr. Can he show his skill? What a ball to Ontiveros. Back across to Werner. What a goal. Deserves a goal. And deserves all 3 points. Yes. What a goal. And beautiful to see Timo Werner on the end of it again. What a knock this was from Vinicius Jr. This little cutback from Ontiveros again. And Timo Werner taps it across. Jordan Pickford to make it 3-1. Liquid football at its best. And that is fully deserved of any match to get all 3 points. We're happy with that. Fantastic. And there may still be chance for one more. Is it going to be for Arsenal? Or is it going to be for us? Here's Kieran Tierney from range. A little bit of room has opened up for the left back. And Patricio forced to make the save. And corner going to be coming in for the Gunners now. We're 3-1 up. Suso takes it towards Tierney again. Coletta Carr, who grabbed the second of the game, clears away. Suso ball back in. Out only as far as Aouar. Is it Aouar or Uar? I don't know. Here's Torreira, and it's there, the end of the highlight, and it's going to be coming up now to full time with just a few seconds left. As it stands, Spurs still top the league with 1 game in hand. We jump up to about 12th if we get this win, which we will. Here's Jota. Can we add one more to the collection? Diogo Jota still running, tries to find Timo Werner. The ball just ran away from him there. Arana into Neves. And there we go, full-time whistle. Huge victory today. It's a 3-1 win over Arsenal. Timo Werner with a brace. Coletta Carr scored as well. Hervin Lozano did get one back for Arsenal, but look at the quality we were able to bring off the bench today. Xavi Ontiveros, Diogo Jota and Vinicius Jr. all coming on and making a difference to this team. Of course, not the best of starts this season, but that can definitely help with our confidence. We move on to a few more games now. We play Stoke City, who are 9th in the league. Leicester City as well. who are currently down in 16th. But we're going to be coming back potentially. I don't know when the 4th round is for the Carabao Cup. Round will be drawn on the 24th. I don't know, maybe in and around September. So if we do in around sort of early October, sorry. So if we do beat Reading, we'll come back for the game in the Carabao Cup against whoever it may be. But until then, guys, make sure you hit the like button down below, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until next time, guys, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you all very, very soon.